Just chatting with Montreal Mayor Soraya Martinez Ferrada, who was in studio. I just had to bring you up to date on the Marwa Risky news.
Yeah,
so first of all, welcome. That's nice to see you again.
Well, nice to see you too.
So I wanted to have in place today an introduction, a theme song, but I'm a little under the weather, came home with a cold. So I'll have that for you next time you come back.
Okay.
Which will be in September.
All right.
Because we're doing this once a month.
I know.
So you've had a chance to take some time off. But can I just ask you a question? I just spent the last 20 minutes talking about someone taking Mark Carney to task because he's taken a week off and going to Tuscany for vacation. And but the columnist in the National Post losing his mind because he's not flying commercial, because he's going to... Do you get that? If you want to take time off, do people get on your case?
Yes, they do.
Really?
Yeah, but at some point, you need to do what you need to do to keep a balance in your life and to keep a mental balance these are really tough jobs because you're on, 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes we're very, very late, and you don't have a schedule. I mean, we work 7 days a week, and I think it's the kind of job we accepted to do. And I think it's, if citizens would appreciate that their politicians take some time off, I think we'd have better politicians.
If it makes you feel better, most people, 99%, agree that he was entitled to take that time off. We shouldn't be bugging him. So
everybody needs the time off.
So let's talk about a couple of things going on in the city. Yep. Number one, because I heard today there are going to be a whole bunch of road closures over the World Cycling Championship. So this is only about, 3 weeks away, about a month away, I guess, roughly. How bad is it going to be? I mean, first of all, it's great for Montreal that we're getting the World Cycling Championship. I get it. But, for everybody else, how massive a situation is this going to be?
It's going to be hell.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. Well, we'll just leave it at that. It's going to be hell. Great. Okay.
So, yes, the impact will be great. The event, it's one of the biggest events we've had since the Olympics. So we have to agree on knowing it's going to be difficult, knowing that the situation will not be the best for many people, especially at the, La Rentrée. But this is a great event that will be seen across the world, and it's for the reputation of the city and the impact of the city. It is important.
So, the list of roads that are going to be closed is going to be published on the city's website, I guess?
Yeah, of course. We're starting to give the information. As you know, we did a technical briefing today. People have a few information. I can give you, for instance, Park Avenue between Mont-Royal and Des Pins will be closed down for a month. So people have to understand that, yes, the impact will be important. So please go and check the website. Be aware that where you want to go, it will be on your radar so you can move around in the best way possible.
So I asked people yesterday, saying that you were coming on. You can ask some questions, post to my social media. Yep. A couple of them came up, which I found interesting as well, because this is something we talked about a while ago. People pointing out, the city is still so dirty. I thought we were going to get a cleaner city, whatever. Why is that not happening? I can't speak to, the whole city because I haven't been in places where it looks any worse than it used to be. You still hearing about this? Is that still something people talk about?
Well, listen, everybody has his own opinions, and maybe in that street of that person that wrote to you, it's not the best or it's not better. But I know that we have been doing a better job in downtown core, in Chinatown, in the village. And I think we have done so many things differently this time around that I see the difference. And people actually tell me that it's better. Again, this is our first year as an administration. I know that we're going to get better every year. And hopefully by the end of my term, people will say, oh, finally, we got to see that we can be proud of. But that's going to take a lot of work with many boroughs. It's not only my responsibility as the mayor of Montreal, but also the boroughs to do the job locally. And we have to work with them to do the better job.
So then there's another one asking basically the same idea about downtown, which we've talked about before. It's a huge undertaking. It's a big project downtown. Depending where you are, it's a bit of a mess in some places. Is that still on track?
Yeah, absolutely. We are doing, as you know, an innovation laboratory in downtown core. We are trying a few things downtown. And hopefully we'll have an analysis of did it work, did it not work, what do we do differently? And yes, we have announced a couple of streets that are going to be worked on. St. Catherine East would be a good example. And we're going to be trying different things to make sure that, the way that the impact of those constructions is less to the merchants.
By coordination.
Have a better calendar. so people know, not wake up in the morning and then you see like a truck in front of you and you didn't know it was coming. So we're working in a way that people will be more informed and working with them to have a better coordination in terms of the impact.
Okay, I'll take a call. We got a couple of people. By the way, if you have a question for the mayor, you can call us at 790-0800 or you can text us. But if you put on your headset, you'll be able to hear Paul. Paul, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what is your question for the mayor?
Yeah, this is Paul Adanovich. I'm calling out from the West Island here, where we had a lot of flood victims that still feel disconnected and abandoned by the leadership of the Montreal, by Pierrefonds and by the city of Montreal. And I'm just wondering what you could tell them about when they can expect mitigation plans being put in place for the borough, timeline and cost. What's going on? Because at the last meeting they have, not everybody could get in there. They had a limited amount of seats, and they were taking a limited amount of questions. And there's a lot of people here that feel abandoned, and really they feel like you guys are disconnected from the people.
So first of all, I want to say how hard it is to talk to citizens that have been flooded for many times, one too many, as you know. I mean, I do not control the amount of water that we are receiving in a very short of time right now, which makes it really hard for our infrastructure to deal with such a quantity of water in so less of a time. And unfortunately, as a city, we do not have a magic wand to make those infrastructure bigger so quickly. There has to be a work done by the agglomeration of the city, so we know where are the difficult, the challenges of infrastructure that we have, and have that map. We don't have that map right now. We have it on flooding for rivers, but not on sewers.
But not for internal infrastructure.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we need to have that map so we can know where to better put the money in terms of the infrastructure that we need. But even that, you have to know, even if we do that, even if we have retains of water, the bassin de retention,
retention basins.
Thank you, retention basin. Even if we have that, even if we have parks that will take more water, the quantity of water that we're getting right now in such a short term, we have never seen that before. So there is an impact in terms of being more resilient as a city, and I hear them. But I mean, Jim, as mayor of the Pierrefonds borough, has done so much in the past years in terms of flooding, and I know he's working really hard with citizens, and I know he's a really good mayor in terms of working with citizens and trying to find, the best things to do to prevent it.
Paul, you brought this up at a council meeting, right? I remember.
Yes.
We brought it up at the council meeting in DDO. We weren't allowed in at the council meeting at Pierrefonds because they didn't have enough seats.
Yeah.
I guess nobody had the foresight to think that maybe there'd be a lot of people there, and they could have had it at the high school across the street. So people aren't happy. People are very angry at you guys because the flooding's not new, and Jim's been there for over 10 years as the mayor.
But the flood, in terms of how much water we get in a very short, that's new. That's new for the past, I would say, 2 or 3 years. 3 years, I would say. But what I want to say to you, Paul, and to the citizens that are listening to us, please don't wait for the city council. Don't wait for the borough council. Jim is there. You can talk to him. You can talk to me. You can talk to our services. We're going to be working really hard with as you know, I'm president of the CMM, which is the Community of Metropolitan Area. And I'm going to be working with the government of Quebec to make sure that I have the means to have that map. Having that map will allow me to say, where do I need to invest in infrastructure to make it better? But I know that's not the answer you want to hear. But that is the answer I can give you today. But please don't wait for the borough council. If you want to talk to us, I'm going to talk to Jim. And what I can do with you is working maybe on a town hall in Pierrefonds with the mayor of Jim and talk to you guys. We don't need to wait for borough council to do that.
Paul, I appreciate the call. I know you're very involved in this, and I thank you. And I hope there's some room here to move forward. It certainly seems the mayor is open to that. So we'll take that as a positive sign.
It's the sounds of your city. The Montreal Now podcast with Aaron Rand.
All right, welcome back. 319 Montreal Mayor Soraya Martinez Ferrada in studio to take your calls. We were just discussing during the break the Olympic Stadium. Apparently, we have a very different opinion.
Well, we have to agree to disagree on that one.
Okay. Let me go back to the phones. You have a question for the mayor. Kirk is on the line. Kirk, you want to talk about short-term rentals?
Hello, Mayor Ferrada. Congratulations on your win last year, and I think we're moving forward. I have long-term properties downtown in Montreal, but I also have short-term rentals in Athens, Greece. What I've seen in Montreal the last year is that we had to drop our prices by 10% downtown because we don't have as many foreign students. And we feel that if you increase the Airbnb, Booking.com, online short-term rentals from June 10th to September 10th to May 1st, all the way to the end of September, even the competition with the bicycles now, there's a lot of people that enjoy staying in homes or in 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom apartments. This is something that would increase tourism in Montreal, and that's what we see. That's what I feel.
So you're asking about extending the short-term rental window?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what I will say to you and I would start by saying that we have a responsibility, and many owners of Airbnb have a responsibility to contribute to the housing affordable crisis that we have in our hands in terms of housing. Now, that being said, I do think that working with citizens that, want to rent their homes to make a few bucks on short-term rental should do it. Now, if you're commercializing the short-term rental, unfortunately, I cannot agree with you. Those rent have to be on the market, and they have to be able to be rented to people on long term. That's always been my position. So I will have to disagree with you if you're an owner of many short rentals. I want to make sure that they're on the market for housing.
So this is a business for you, Kirk? Is that the idea?
No, my business here is long-term rentals. I want people long-terms. I just happen to have in Greece short-term, but here I see there's a lot more there's an inventory of vacancies than there were 2 years ago. We actually had to drop our prices by 10%.
Oh, I see your point.
Vacancies.
Okay.
So I was just saying, on a private level, if you can allow just one citizen to allow their home on that level.
So what I'm working on is making sure that the principal residency of a person can be rented through a period of 90 days, and they can choose the period in which they want to rent it. So if they're planning to go away in the summer, they can rent it. If they're planning to go in January,
regardless of when they want to do it.
Regardless of when, but they have to do it in a period of 90 days. They have to choose that period. But yes, I do understand that we have big events like Formula 1 in May. UC, it's coming up in September. Yeah. I know there has to be some flexibility around that, especially when you know that hotels right now are full capacity.
Yeah, and they are because they're over 90%, we talked about, right? Kirk, I thank you for the call. Let me squeeze in one more. Mark, what's your question for the mayor?
Hi, hello, how are you?
Good.
Here's the story. If you really want to bring your ratings way up, this is a good thing. Kader wanted to do it. Valerie couldn't do it. But what do you think about bringing back the Expos?
No.
And where do you think would be the best place you would have put the stadium?
Yeah, not the Olympic Stadium would be the best place.
Not the Olympic Stadium. No, Why not?
Because it's a terrible place to watch a baseball game.
Oh, I went there with my grandfather. It was great. I
How
saw
old were you, 10?
Yes.
Yeah, well, when you're older, it's not as great a place to watch a game. Listen, I know you're open to the idea as long as it's not taxpayer money, basically.
Of course,
right?
and there has to be a private conjecture of people that want to do that, open to discussion, but it's not something that I'm going to prioritize. I have so many things on my plate right now, like getting the city clean, getting the city safe, making sure that our streets are with no potholes in it. I have so many other things to do that if some private sector wants to work on a project, let them do it, and then we'll see.
Has someone come to you? I mean, there have been projects in the past, right?
There has been projects in the past. I know there's people working on things, but I mean, there's nothing concrete on the table.
All right. Thank you for the call, by the way, Mark. Appreciate that. Couple of other things I want to talk about. Number one, When we talk about the World Cycling Championship, you made a decision a while ago that the encampments on Notre Dame, and I commend you for that because I think that was the right decision. They're not going anywhere. We're not going to pretend that the situation is fine and have it just, not be seen until they leave and we put it back. Has anything changed there with respect to those encampments?
It's very difficult because right now we're in a jurisdiction. Tribunals have said that we can't move them, right?
Okay.
So it's difficult to be able to work with people that don't want to be there or people that need to find a home and making sure that the encampments are not in a park so it's been difficult. But I think we're moving in the right direction in terms of working with encampments and finding a solution. But the solution will go through better housing, especially housing with social and psychological support. And that's what we're working on right now. But for the UC, I mean, I can't hide them, and I won't.
You made an announcement last week. I kind of caught the tail end of this with respect to the gay village. What's happening there? Is that going to open full-time as a pedestrian zone, or what's the plan?
So what we are working with the merchants is, I think at the end of the day, we want to have a pedestrian street like many other cities in the world. And it could be something amazing if we do that. Can we do it today in February? I don't know. I don't think you would have as many people on that street because you have to make it alive. It has to be dynamic and there has to be a vitality to it. So what we're doing, having a work on the street that will be flexible, that at the end of the day, that it can evolve to a full-time pedestrian street.
But the balls are staying.
Well, they're bringing back the balls, actually.
They're bringing back the balls.
Yes, which honestly,
right.
The cost of having the light, which the initial project had, was almost $10 million. Bringing back the balls is about $2.5 million. So we save money.
Those are very expensive balls.
Well, it's an art project that, it has a cost to it, but it's fine. But I mean, you know what? The cost of having something that's very unique will make the street be something that you want to go see.
Certainly hope so.
Yes.
That street could use some help. There's no question.
Absolutely.
I had Fadi Daguerre on the show yesterday talking about the big meeting. Some people are kind of criticizing you for not having attended that meeting. So with respect to the police, some other people are saying, hey, is it time that the mayor made a change as far as the police chief is concerned? So what do you think?
I don't have the power to do that. There has to be a line where a politician cannot say to the police what to do, and especially not say if the chief of police is doing a job or not. Now, the reason why I wasn't there, because it was not about me. It's about citizens and community organizations that need to have all the space to come and say what they had to say. I actually listened to the whole thing, 3.5 hours. I was there, listening to every single word on that meeting. Now, my presence would have been a diversion, and it was not for me to take that space. It was for the citizens from Montreal North and community organizations to come and say what they need to say to the police, and the police to listen to them. And that was the most important thing on that meeting.
You have also in the past talked about racism. You happen to be with someone who is a person of color, and some people actually criticize you for getting involved that way. Is that fair?
I mean, maybe, with some, if I look back, I need to protect my family. They didn't choose this life. I chose this life. And we need to protect the people that are next to us, like our family, our kids, my husband, my mother, but we're human. And we live this through also our family. And I think for me, it was actually important to kind of tell people and citizens of Montreal, especially in the context of what happened in Montreal North, that I understand. Now, we have a police... SPVM and police officers that do a great job protecting our city. We lost a police officer that went there to save lives. We have great people that are police officers. Now, we need to also say, yes, we have great people and we're proud of these police officers. And we have police that broke the trust with the citizens. Yeah. And we need to rebuild that trust for the whole institution that actually... most of them and many of them are great police officers.
So you don't think it's systemic? We're not ready to say, the whole system needs to change?
yes, the system needs to change. It's not because we say that there's systemic racism, profiling, that we're saying that all police officers are doing that. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that exists, and not addressing the issue will not make us move forward, and will not make us make sure that we're in a conversation where people trust that they're treated with dignity and respect, because many of police officers do their job in the best of their intentions in their way, but we need to make sure that they're also protected in their job and that citizens feel that they're treated with respect.
Mayor, as always, I appreciate you taking the time and coming in, and I look forward to seeing you next month when we do this again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We can argue about the Olympic Stadium another time.
I know.
Okay.
Hello, Canada.
This is Bryan Adams Radio. Hosted by Bryan Adams himself.
We'll play a few of mine, a ton of my favorites, and some must-hear behind-the-scenes stories from the world of rock and roll. One thing about doing rock and roll so long is you end up meeting a lot of the people that you admire. Sometimes you even get to work with them.
It's only love, and that's all. Bryan Adams Radio. Now available on the free iHeartRadio app.
Everybody, how are you tonight? Sounds great.